This area, you definitely need to get in it, and it's a skill. And once you get this skill down, the business becomes very easy. So what I'm going to go is, if any time ask a question to me, what happens, how do I look at that? And how do I, before answering, what goes into the steps I take? So these are the recommended steps. You can do whichever way you feel good, comfortable with, but this is how I do it. If your leader says anything different, I think you should follow that. But this is what I teach to our team. To me, this is very powerful. So let me share. Can I share the screen?
Yes, sir.
Now, before I share that, I want to thank Allison for helping me put this together, because I'm not that good in technology. So, Allison, thank you for your help, taking your time in the evening and helping. That makes the team work, and that's so I appreciate you. Okay, here's the steps. So there's the 5 steps are there. This is how I do it. So we're gonna go over with the steps. I'm not gonna go over what to say on the objection when the objection comes. We'll give you the answer, but this is what I want you to, if you can practice this. So here's what happens. The first question after your presentation, anybody has a concern question, my first response to that, oh, that's a good question. As a matter of fact, a lot of people have the concern, and I understand exactly how you feel. That's going to come out of my tongue immediately. The second thing I would do, I want to repeat what they're saying to make sure I understand it. So then I'll say is this. Let me make sure I understand you correctly. What you're saying is, and I will speak the objection again. Then I say, do I understand you correctly, Matthew? Is that what you said?
That's correct. That's what I said.
Step 3 in my mind is isolation, is called. So is there any other concern besides what you just said?
Mm,
Whatever the any objection is,
no, that's all it
which
was.
will stop you from moving forward.
No, that's
Wait for answer. If the answer is yes, get that objection. I need to, okay, I don't have the money and I don't have it. So then I'll say, okay, let me make sure I understand it correctly. Then I'll go back to number 2. You said you don't have the money and you don't like talking to people. Is there anything else besides that?
I
So
think
idea is get all your objection up in front in the table. And then you overcome the objections. Once you overcome the objections, and then you said is what? So we took care of all the concern, right? Yep. So that settles that, doesn't it? Yes. So let's we move forward. Because after I handle the concerns and they have no room to say no, this one is left. No, we took care of every single thing. Any questions on that? So let me role play with it. So this is how it should flow. So Matthew, can I role play with you?
sure can.
Okay. So Matthew, this is our company. This is how we get paid. Do you have any questions for me?
It's just
Throw
only
anything you want to throw, any objection.
it's just only commission.
Okay. That's a great question. As a matter of fact, a lot of people have that concern. I understand how you feel.
Hmm.
So let me make sure that you're concerned. Let me make sure I understand you correctly. What you're saying is the only way I get paid is commission. Is that what you're saying? Am I
Yeah.
understanding you correctly?
Yep.
Okay. is there any other concern beside how you get paid like commission, which will stop you from moving forward? Is there any other concern besides that?
Just that I have to pay up front to start.
Okay, okay. So what you're saying it to me, your concern is, do I get paid commission
Hmm.
and do I have to pay to get started? Is there
Yeah.
anything other than that?
No, that's it. Just those two things.
So if we could help you in both of the area, then you would move ahead, correct?
Yeah.
So let me help you. Then I will overcome the objection. We're not going to do right now.
Hmm.
And then said, so that settles that, doesn't it? So we took care of all your concern, right?
Right.
So that settles that, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Sure. So let's move forward.
Wow. Good job.
So Allison, I need to take care of my mom real quick. Can you go over and role play with somebody right now, please?
Sure. So what we're going to do is just kind of role play this idea of, oops, where'd it go, Tony? I can't see the whole thing though. There you go. Um, so I want you guys to pick we'll have somebody be the objection giver. And then, so the idea here is obviously when you're overcoming objections, right? You have to know how to overcome the objection, but the setup is really key because sometimes when you're talking to somebody, if you get one objection and you don't do this where you're identifying all of them, after you've overcome that, then they throw another one. And then they throw another one. And then they throw another one. So what you're doing here is isolating up front, what are the reasons? And you're pulling them out so that you can, address what their actual concerns are so that you're not getting a never-ending scenario. But then there's this, and then there's that, and then there's this. Like you're
Right.
getting them to say up front what they are. So it's key. So I want to get people now in this scenario. I do again, if you can have your camera on, we'd appreciate it in role playing. It's not a requirement, but it's probably better because the words are only 7%, right, of communication. Your tonality and your body language is also what we're looking at. So, but right now we just want to get you guys used to saying the words and the idea and the concept. So, who would like to role play first? Beth, your camera's on. Matilda's camera's on. Ace's camera's on.
I can try.
Okay, good. Who do
Shut
you
my
want
door
to?
here.
I'll give you an objection. So I don't really know that many people, to be able to go out and share this with.
Okay, so your concern is really that you really don't know a lot of people. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there any other concerns that you have besides that
I
that
mean,
would keep you from moving forward?
I find paying for a job's a little weird, but my main thing is I don't know if I do that, who I'm going to talk to.
Okay. All right. So really, you don't feel like you know enough people, and it's kind of weird that you're paying for a job. Okay. All right. Well, I think those are both fair questions, and they're actually questions that we get asked a lot. So as far as not know enough people, if I were to ask you to look in your contacts in your phone,
Okay, so
how
you don't
many?
need to overcome the objection because
Oh,
we,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
so let's
Okay,
just
gotcha.
assume blah, objections
Okay,
overcome.
I gotcha. Okay, cool.
So go to step 5.
Oh, step 5. I'm so sorry.
Mhm.
So we took care of all your concerns. Is that right?
Well, actually, so the reason I'm doing that is
Okay. No, no, that's
because
cool.
so on step 3, I'm just gonna
Okay.
give the coaching now. So on step 3, is there any other concern besides that? And so I gave you a second concern, and then you're supposed to ask again, so besides,
Okay.
right?
Okay. So
Besides the
besides,
money and the whatever, is
gotcha.
there any other? You really want to isolate, right?
I
Make sure
gotcha.
there's not a third one hanging out there, right?
Okay. All right. Good.
And
Good suggestion. Thank
yeah,
you.
the other thing also that you I think you did great. Sorry, I'm kind of skipping the how do you think you did thing, but I think you did great. The other thing was in the beginning that you kind of skipped the first step also. So when I said
Okay.
whatever, don't really know that many people, that's to normalize it and make them kind of, you know, Yeah,
Sure.
I understand that concern. I know how you feel. It's kind of like a feel, felt, found without going through the whole thing. But I know how you feel. A lot of people feel that way when they get started. So
All
let me
right.
just clarify and understand. So do it again. Run it again, Beth.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm just concerned because I don't really know that many people.
Okay, well that's a great concern, and actually a lot of people have that concern in the beginning, and I understand exactly how you feel. Um, and let me make sure I understand you correctly. So other than not knowing a lot of people, is
Yeah,
there
so just what
anything?
you're saying. So just let me understand what you're saying is that you don't know a lot of people.
So let me make sure I understand you're concerned that you don't know a lot of people. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. All right. Is there any other concerns besides you not knowing a lot of other people that would keep you from moving forward?
I mean, I'm also a little concerned about, the money up front. Things are tight, but it's mainly that I don't know if putting the money in will be worth it because I don't know that many people.
Okay. All right. So let me understand you correctly. Really, your two main concerns are that you don't know a lot of people and the money. Do I understand you correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm
Is there
supposed to
anything else
go.
besides that?
Yeah, that's right. Is there anything else besides that?
No, I mean those are the main two things. Everything else, I mean, sounds reasonable. I mean, it sounds like it really helps people.
Okay. All right. And then I would do the overcoming
Right.
objections. All right. So we took care of all your concerns. Was that right, Allison?
Yeah, I mean that definitely makes sense. I can see it now.
Okay. So that settles that, doesn't it?
It does. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, and
All
then with
right.
with the that settles that, right? You're doing a very subtle, so that settles that, doesn't it? Right? You're doing a little head nod, get some
Okay. Gotcha.
agreement, right? A little Jedi
Okay.
mind trick. It's not really a mind trick. You're just getting them to emotionally
Okay.
take in what they just went through and that they agree with it. Okay, good job. So
Okay.
what do you feel like you did good the second time?
Well, I mean, I think I need to practice this. I love how the flow of it, and I think that it really does keep you from getting the like, you get halfway through doing something and somebody's like, but, so I think it's really good to address it up front, and I do need to practice it more.
Yeah.
Um, so thank you for the feedback. That was great.
Yeah, because that is the main thing. And Beth, I'm sure you've had experience with it. Once you start getting out there and you get objections, you're like halfway through the objection and they're throwing a second one out. And then it's a third one. And then you're like, wait a second. But this way, you're getting all that up front, you know,
Okay.
um,
Yeah.
so you can control and address their concerns, right? It's not just control them, but you're addressing their actual concerns and identifying them, right? And it allows you to go through the process. Tony's back. So Tony, you want to run the next one?
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay. So we got Matilda with her camera on. Anybody with your camera off? Like Ted, Chris, you just turned it on, but I see you're driving. Emmanuel, any of you guys? Noah, you ready to participate? Tanisha?
Yeah, Alison, I can role play.
Okay, go ahead. Tony, you want to give Matilda an objection?
I'm not a salesperson, Matilda. I think this one is you got to be good. Say you are a good salesperson, Tony, but I'm not. Matilda, you're a good salesperson, but I'm not.
Yeah,
So I don't think this is for me.
yeah. That's a great concern. We get that from a lot of people. I understand how you feel. So
Hmm.
let me make sure I understand it correctly. So you are saying that you are not a good salesperson. Is that right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I do understand. Is there any other concern besides not wanting to maybe do sales work, which will stop you from moving forward?
And I don't think I have time also right now. Time is not right.
So let me understand you correctly. You are saying that you don't have a lot of time right now. Is that correct?
Right.
Is there any other concern that will prevent you from us moving forward?
No, that's the only thing. That's the only thing.
Okay. So if we took care of all your concerns, right? So that settles it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does settle that. Yep.
Okay, Matilda, what do you feel like you did well?
Yeah. Again, I'm kind of using this for the first time also, so it will get better. But I did try to repeat the concern that we are learning, to repeat the concern, to overcome all the objections so that they don't send us objections later.
Right.
And I like the first step again, which is I understand how you feel, and that we get that from a lot of people. So you can normalize the concern or the objection.
What do you think you could do better?
He said, practicing it and repeating it so you get used to it,
Yeah.
you get more familiarity with it.
Tony, do you have any feedback for Matilda?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. See, in business or in anything you want to do good, there's two things are very important. Most people say you got to believe in it. Yes, you do need a belief. That's only one portion of it. But you also need some skills, right? So if you believe what you do and you have the skill, you become unstoppable. And the challenge is, yes, you can talk about belief and the faith. Yes, you got there, but skills takes what? How do you get the skills?
Practice.
Repetition, 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 repetition. So this portion of our business, Miss Matilda, you just need, okay, did I do step one? Did I do step two? Did I do step three? Did I do, like I said, I don't want this. I don't like talking to people. And then I said, what?
Sales.
I don't like the commission.
Sales.
So
Yeah.
soon I hear multiple, I keep going back to number two. If I hear more than one objection, I'll go straight back to number two. Is there anything else? What I want to do is at this point, if I get more objections up front, what happens, Miss Matilda, even the people start thinking that's so stupid question what I just was asked. I mean, that was the dumbest thing I ever asked. And then what happened when you're answering and overcoming the objections? Some of the questions, what they had in their mind, it will disappear also. Then the transition becomes very smooth. But you need to have the guidelines within you. Okay, how am I going to respond? So whenever that I have somebody ask a question or a concern, I immediately instead is I'm going to go back to this. I don't answer anything after that because you have a concern. I got to take care of it. So work on this and practice, and you get better. You really get better at it.
Yes.
Hey, Christopher, you have your camera on. Are you able to role play? Or are you not? What do you want to do because you're driving?
I'll be done driving in about 5 minutes
Okay.
if we have time to wait a couple minutes.
Okay.
So
Sure.
can I have just a follow-up with Tony on just commission? I have a family member that has said she's just hung up on the commission.
Okay.
So I know that we are not role playing, but just to know if there's another script somewhere that I will have to use because the person is my own family member.
Okay. So you want me to answer that? How would I answer? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that is the only concern they have.
And do they have other job or are they just doing this part-time?
Okay, so their job have not been permanent, so I know they are looking for a full-time job.
Okay. So they're searching for a job. They don't have a way to make money right now, right?
Yes.
True?
Yes, it's true.
And when did they ever work before or they have never worked before?
They've worked before.
Okay. So they had a job and they got laid off, right or not?
That's right.
Okay. So that's the easiest part. So see, in my mind, when people say, is it a commission? No, it is not a commission. The way we get paid is the fee for service. Do you understand what a fee for service means?
Yes.
Have you ever gone to a doctor?
Yes.
Now, how does the doctor gets paid?
When he sees patients.
Have you ever hired an attorney?
Yes.
And how does the attorney gets paid?
When he sees a client.
Have you gone to a tax services?
Yeah. You get charged.
Would you say all these professionals get paid well?
Yes.
So if they get paid well, if the commission or the fee for service was so bad, would they ever do it?
No.
So if you don't go to work at the job you have, how much they would pay you?
They will not pay.
So what you're saying is anybody who works gets paid.
Right.
So concern here is, are you going to work or are you not going to work? As long as you're willing to work, you will get paid.
Okay.
Are you telling me you're not going to work? If you're not going to work, then I can suggest let's not do that, because nowhere you get paid without working. So that settles that, doesn't it?
It does settle it. Thank you.
Okay.
That was gold, Tony. Wow.
Excellent. Excellent.
I couldn't write fast enough. Good thing this is being put on YouTube.
So who else wants to give it a try? And Miss Matilda, don't take this to heart that Ace can do so better, Christian can. It all comes to over the thousands and thousands of time repeating it. I think Ace is here over 20 years. How many times you think he has heard that? How many times you think?
Hundreds of thousands.
Thousands of times.
Mm-hmm.
So when this thing comes to him or to me, I'm waiting. Okay, oh, yeah, let me hear that one. Okay, that didn't come. Okay. So you get to a level, and that's where you believe, and it says you're technically so sound, you become unbelievable. There's nobody, someone come in front of Christian and say, oh, no, it doesn't work that way. Make sense?
Yeah.
Just work on the skill, work on the skill, and you get better.
Ace, do you overcome it's a commission by using the fee for service story also, or do you use something different?
I don't think he hears us.
Can you hear me? Oh, it looks like he might be
So
on.
Myra, I know you're brand new. You want to give it a shot?
Well, yeah, we can do that. That'd be fine. Absolutely.
Okay, you're awesome. Okay, so
Sorry, I was muted. Sorry about that.
That's okay. So Myra, this sounds really exciting. Except for I'm unsure about paying that $99.
Okay, that's a great question. A lot of people have that same concern that you do, and I understand how you feel. So let me make sure I understand exactly what you're saying. You're saying that the $99 that you would have to pay, that you can't pay that. Do I understand that correctly?
Yeah, it's gonna be. I just don't know if it's gonna be worth it. It's a struggle.
Okay, so is there any other concern that we could talk about that's stopping you from moving forward?
Just like maybe who I would talk to at first. Like, how do I get my clients?
Okay, and that's no problem. Okay, that's no problem. So if we could, now here we go to number 5, Dan. So if we took care of all those concerns, right? So would that settle it? Would that settle the situation then? If we could take care of those concerns?
Sure.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay. Good job.
Wow.
Thank you for volunteering.
Wow.
Absolutely. Thank you. Mhm.
What'd you feel good about?
Well, actually having a script, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Following the script is very good. I pay attention because actually this is, I talk with people all the time too.
Sure.
This really is going to impact my other part of my life. You know what I mean? Being able to do this, which is great. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is great. I like the script. Yes.
Awesome. What do you think you could do better?
What do I think I can do better is
Yeah.
just practice more so to be more normalized.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like and that's really how I feel. So just normalize it more. Yeah. That is coming straight from the heart, which is generally is.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you did great. I think you have a great personality. And as you're reading it, you couldn't even tell you're reading it. It's the first time you ever did anything. So that's great. There was a couple steps you jumped over, but that's to be said.
Oh, which ones were they? Let me know. That's what.
So I guess when I gave you the second objection, you need to feed that back and then ask, is there another one?
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, to make sure. And then I can't remember the other one. There was another one though, because you just kind of went straight to, well, that settles that, doesn't it? But yeah, I think you did good. Yeah.
See, the idea is, Maya, if I do not repeat the go back, if there's more than one objection, if I don't go back to number step, the client may not say this to you, but now they're thinking, oh, he or she, oh, he didn't answer that one.
Yeah.
He's still stuck on that, or she's still stuck on that one.
Okay.
So I want to repeat, is there anything? Okay, you said this. So that tells the person, this guy is paying very good attention what I'm saying.
Okay.
And that builds my credibility that this guy is listening very good. So he said this, you can give me 8 objections and I'm going to go over 8 objections. 1, you said this, you said this, you said this, is there anything else?
Okay, I get that part because people don't know you care unless you're listening. When you pay attention,
that is true. That is true. That is true. Good job. Very, very good job doing it first time.
First time.
Oh, yeah.
Natural.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Matt, to answer your question, a lot of the objections that I get are usually not from like millennials and Gen Zs. I usually get that from older folks, Xers, boomers. So I personally, just to answer your question, I personally don't get a lot of those objections in terms of, the 99, I don't have the money, that kind of stuff, and then commissions. If you read some statistic that's out there that a lot of young people, Xers and millennials, they want to run their own time and money. However, you still need to learn this, okay? But I really, I recruited for our teammates, 14 people last month. And it's like, hey, I won't get paid until Saturday. Is it okay if I submit it on Saturday? Then we'll try to overcome that. I don't get paid till Friday. But that was my feedback, Matt.
Thank you.
Cool. Good job, guys. Good job leading the way. Ellis had a nice, like an engineer, man. He had it all scripted out.